Welcome back to the colony. My name is Pravculear, and I'm the host of the show. So yeah, we've been able to get the defenses set up, and also build some more housing. So that's great that we can turn this part of the base into a hotel, basically for more money. Even though we're already making like 7,400 just from the settlements that we currently have. So that's pretty nice. Oh yeah, we just about finished up the hydroponics basins up here. The problem is actually getting the materials for them. I know the materials from them can come from the quarry, which I need to rebuild because of the infestation that wrecked it. Looks like the Federation is dealing with a food shortage. Purchase emergency food imports. And we have a store of 74 from that batch of gas and a gift. Tire horse, wolf, flop hat, normal quality. Wooden war mask, normal quality. Well, looks like we have a new batch of visitors from Player Faction, which is my faction, Solar Flare. So that's trying to ruin any plans that the visitors had for using the electronics here. And you know what, Yep. Sounds great to me. So it's just a bit of a name change to the Pravculear Empire. Let's see, now, I guess the primary color can be black, and the secondary color can be, I'd say pine green. I guess that takes care of that. You know, hey, we crossed the 100,000 mark. And that's a 3% bonus to the eating speed. It's a moonlit ritual. Yeah, leave it be. Looks like Braden is dealing with lung rot. Not great. Looks like Northwestern Farba and West City Amalgamation has won the lottery for the expanded forestry event. Sell the excess timber, please. To the tune of 796 silver. Also, Isolda has lung rot now. Tia went off on an insulting spree. Motivation unfulfilled was the final straw. And also got into a bit of a social spat with Hoyt. Well, that's a 3% bonus to our melee dodge chance and a massive forest fire for the Northwestern Farba, West City Amalgamation, and the Fenda Landler Pat. Do the controlled burn option. Well, we lost that to lightning. Looks like West City Amalgamation and the Thonium People's Treaty have both gotten the short end of the stick for the Sparks Wildlife event. Send hunting parties further afield. Danny's turn for an insulting spree. Looks like the target is Evie. Salting wet was the final straw. Looks like a few settlements had the messy supply delivery. Have the craftsman improvise with local materials, please. Evie is off on a daze. Oh boy, looks like we have a loyalty parade and a 3% bonus to our eating speed. I guess I'll just join the parade. And run that endless progress research again. Hoyt's off on a tantrum. Final straw was darkness. The target is things in a room. Alright. Have fun. Well, we have a 3% bonus to our melee dodge chance. And Nighttime and Austin Braun have both won the lottery for the Rich Ore Vein event. Mine the vein at a steady, sustainable pace. Of course there's a settlement in danger. Why wouldn't there be? Left nor. 100% chance of victory though. Enemy power 6, defense power 17. And it looks like Evie's lover has arrived from the Voidburn Corporation. Well, the Federlandler Pat and the Federation have won the lottery on the food surplus. Host a grand feast, please. And of course, we successfully defended Lefanor. Oh yeah, that's a 3% bonus to our research speed. Run that one again. Well, Dire Horse 1 has a plague. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the general labor speed, along with a store of 72 from that batch of visitors. And a gift. 43 Placio. And that's another 3% bonus to the Machinoid shredding speed. Well, yeah, we've got a couple of big raids going on right now. I don't think they know about the artillery that we have in the settlements. And the fact that we have visitors. Oh boy. So with that in mind, let's just start with the artillery bombardments. 2 here for Raider Group A, and another 2 here for Raider Group B. Something like this. And that should do the trick. Well, it definitely annoyed them into going after us. Okay, first group is leaving, now the second group is also leaving. Good. Tabella. Little annoying voice, nervous, don't capture. Death in 2 hours. That's gonna be a bit of an issue. Right, I don't even have a prison cell. What now? Nope. Well, Sauce and his Loda aren't, in a relationship anymore. Norton is off on a alcohol binge. Can I short circuit that? A super pass here. Nope, I don't think I can even sell it just yet. And that's another 3% bonus to the general labor speed. Run that one again. Well, I think we're in a bit of a pickle right now. Because I think we might have to, well, deal with a, hostile guest. To say the least. Right, that takes care of that. Well, that's another 3% bonus to the metronome trading speed. And a massive force fire for, northwestern Farba. Performance controlled burn. So just those, hemogen packets, were pretty useful right now. Alright. Looks like Western Eom and I-10 have both won the lottery on the Red Shore Vein event. Mind the vein at a steady, sustainable place, please. Along with a 3% bonus to our research speed from the Endless Progress, research. Run that one again. And that's another 3% bonus to the metronome trading speed along with dense wildlife for the, Theorn compact. Capture and domesticate. Void's turn for a smoke leaf binge. Well, that's another 3% bonus to our general labor speed along with widespread food shortages for 30th Fenderland Pads and Confederation of Wasara. And purchase emergency food imports to soften the blow. I brought the money for, that. Well, I think I should probably, put a, research colony in the ice sheet over here, rather than sea ice, because that does a 1.75 bonus, as a baseline to, research. And then a modifier of 1.1, for a total of 1.93. I'm sending somebody down there. Well, looks like we got some visitors from our faction. Tia's off having a tantrum. The final straw was intense pain. Let's see amalgamation coming in hot with the wounded animal event. Top option always wins. Actually, let's add a trained handler to approach it carefully this time around. Let's do something different. Wounded animal, And we have a pet out now. Sauce is off on a days and Rogers is throwing a party. Well, looks like we're dealing with the 1-2 punch of Norton having 5 rest Metanites and being under siege. Also, Tia's lover is in that siege. On the wrong side. Oh dear. I don't have to deal with that, aren't I? Oh well. So fire support 1. Fire support 2. And that should do it to annoy them into leaving. Alright, yoink. Death in 6. Unreasonable learner, depressive, faculty doll. I can deal with that. And mana chest. Oh boy. You got her stomach shredded. Let's destroy, death and 4, Ryish, Brawler. I'm more of a ranged honest person, but no well. Boyish, animal farmer. Careful shooter, slow learner, mental fascination. So never mind. Oh boy, it's a drug trading for the Thusia. Find its horse. Sadly, we are not getting a new colonist from Ally. Isolda's off on a food binge, and Malaria is heading the colony. Norton, who also has 5 rice machinites. Lovely stuff. We have a store of 11 out of that batch of deaths, and a gift. 187 silver. Well, it's a Moonlit Ritual again. Leave it be. Also, we have a 3% bonus to our eating speed. Run that one again. Well, it's sensory machinites this time for Norton, Tia, Danny, and Isolda. So, Norton has Pyrus Machinites, Malaria, and Sensory Machinites now. We have a store of 80 from that batch of gas and a gift. 24 uranium from Toronto. Oh boy, a 3% bonus to our melee damage factor, and expanded forestry for Northwestern Farba and Southwestern Boot, Tay. Pan Global Confederation. Tinty expanded lodging operations running. And process settlement in danger. Why wouldn't there be? Fume, yeah. Enemy power 2, defense power 12. Chance of victory for us, 100%. I'll take it. Ooh, hey, a 3% bonus to our rest rate multiplier, along with the empty mines for I-10 Western Eom and Hudson Braun. Higher prospectors, please. Overwhelming victory was the result of the military defense, and yeah. You know, I think Randy Random might have it out for my dots. Well, looks like we had a death in the family. Investigate the assassination. Somebody will answer for it. Justice found. Good. And that's a story of negative 27. Wonder what I did to make him annoyed at us. And Sauce is off on a daze. Well, Tia went off on a solderer spree. Final straw was serious pain. Evie. And I think Fields. And Ryark. I'll be go bond Tia over the head. Right, that takes care of that. Rescue. And I guess I forgot to put the animal flaps on the egg hatching facility over here that I had going. Better late than never, right? I guess just cloth will do. Well, that's a 3% bonus to my carrying capacity, along with a rich ore vein for Austin Braun, I-10, and Western Eom. Mind the vein at a steady, sustainable pace, please. Well, somebody got an infection. Tia. Let's forth toe. I think she's gonna be fine. Tia's turn for a food binge. Intense pain was the final straw for that one. And that's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed, and a food surplus for North and Chromium and Pure Compat. House of Grand Feast. Well, I found where the Gutteron medicine was ending up. It was in the kitchen. That's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed along with a mid-supply delivery. Have the craftsman improvise with local materials, please. And that's another 3% bonus to the melee dodge chance. Along with sparse wildlife for West City amalgamation. Send hunting parties further afield. Oh hey, looks like the mining speed increased by 3% for everybody in the colony. Along with plasmith inspiration. Found the masterwork. And it was a natural masterwork event. Frosted Brawn. Looks like our faction is paying us another visit. Oh boy, let's just see what the turtle pods are giving us. Ain't whole heart beetle oily feathers. That's it. That's all we get. Alright. Well, looks like the Metronoids have decided to pay us a visit. Well, I have a bit of a response for that. It's just gonna be a couple of fire supports on the building just to destroy it, and then some more artillery strikes on the Mech birthers. Those are the words I'm looking for. And of course, also the turrets. Any more? Oh yeah, one more. Also, F's and Tom's blow for that poor Thrombo who's directly in the middle of all those artillery strikes. Yep, that woke him up. Probably should have locked everybody in the base. Oh well. Rip Super Bass. Uh-oh. Looks like the does have arrived to ruin everybody's day. Widespread food shortage. Purchase emergency food imports. Also, plus 3% bonus to Metronoid shredding speed. Go rescue Super Bass. And of course, there's a whole lot of taxes showing up. I said rescue. And yep, Super Bass is missing a left eye, but he's going to live. Also, Dennis here is also going to live. And yeah, we're just going to rain the military down on their heads. The Metronoids, I mean. And just use them to deal with this. And attack. Well, I suppose that takes care of the turret, so they can just all leave. And hopefully I did this properly. Fields, in order to go in there to destroy the buildings. Right after letting them finish off the Metronoids. Yeah, just let the military shoot down the Metronoids. Good! I'm having Fields to do it because he's got the satchel charge. Or the satchel charge. Whatever. And that takes care of that. Well, that's a 3% melee dodge chance bonus. And expanded forceries for Northwest and Farba. The Covenant and the West End Amalgamation. I think that's all the extra timber. 243 silver was what I made from that. Danny is off on a sad wonder. Unsightly environment was the final straw. Let's see if we can find a left eye for Super Bass. Probably not from a combat supplier. Norton is off on a sad wonder. Intense pain was the final straw. Of course, now that I realize it, we can just make Super Bass an eye. Looks like we brought another raid. They want to breach my walls. They're all down here. Boy, it's a good thing I got some military squads on standby. They're just trying to immediately be straighten off against the military. Should be enough to deal with them all. Yep. Just feel free to open fire on them. Maybe there was enough there to deal with our military forces instead. Oh boy. Time for a few more settlement sort of military to show up. And in Munset Chaos, we got a score of 17. Well, that's 3% bonus or global word speed along with empty mines for I-10 and Western Neom. Hard prospectors. And they failed. The prospectors, I mean. Now the raiders are fleeing. M has become a dust. Yeah, Tato here might end up becoming a colonist if she can, well, he can survive. I think that's it. Tato did not, in fact, survive the trip back. And oh yeah, we got a death from Tato. Fire Foam Pop Pack. And of course, the blacksmith inspiration event gave us a plasma sword, normal quality. Who's a brawler? Because I could have sworn I had a brawler in the colony. Because, I got a bit of an upgrade for you. Not you, not you. Not you. Oh, is, Bright in here. Don't you like the plasma sword, please? Well, that's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed and strange discovery for I-10. Send in the military. Sauce is off on a side wonder. Let's just see what the final straw was. Genetic pessimism. Literally nothing I can do there. Isolde is off on a tantrum. Ravenously hungry was the final straw. And the target is random things in a room. Okay. And that's a 3% bonus to the meat amount that we did from the animals that we butcher. Tia is off on a food binge. Poor mood. Her lover died. Alright. And that's another 3% bonus to our metanoid trading efficiency. Run that one again. And here comes the taxes. I wonder if all the settlements that are being upgraded. I wonder how Strand and Silver ended up outside the walls. Oh well. And that's a 3% bonus to our immunity gain speed. Run that one again. Well, that's 8% increase to our mining speed. A lot of settlement in danger. Enemy power 8, defense power 14, chance of victory 86%. I'll take it. And that's a 3% bonus to the melee damage factor. And the defense was successful. And we had a birthday. Ryard. Hearing loss. Okay. Super bass. Is that I built? Yes it is. Guess who's getting a new left eye? That's right, Super Bass. It's you. Let's see. I'm gonna want Evian. As a primary doctor because she's level 12. Then Fields. Then Tia. 115.25% success rate. By the way. Mimi. Cooperate on Super Bass, please. Now let's see. Okay, so the surgery was a success. Well, that's another 3% bonus to the injury healing factor. Run that one again. Well, 2 small auto hydroponics are completed. I think they're going to be rice. So grow rice, 2 days. And it's just 80 rice per cycle. And it can just be done in both of them, please. Oh yeah, that's 800 watts per small auto hydroponics. And that's another 3% bonus to the melee damage factor, along with 50 mines for I-10. Alright, prospectors. Let's see if this will actually work this time around. And there's a whole lot of taxes showing up at once. And yeah, we're making about 123,000 silver per cycle. Well, looks like we got the expanded forestry event for the Northwestern Farmer and the Covenant. Sell the extra timber. 103% bonus to our carrying capacity. Oh yeah, we also have a gift. Crafted tan leather cowboy hat, normal quality. Hellbore, pellet formal vest, normal quality. And we also made 555 silver from that expanded forestry event. Tia is off on a tantrum again. And for the my lover died reason. Well, we are now allied to the Voidborn Corporation, so that's right. Well, looks like we have an uninspected craftsmanship. Throughout the craftsmen to focus on weaponsmithing, along with 3% to our metanoid shredding efficiency, so that's great. Well, that's another 3% bonus to our carrying capacity, along with widespread food shortages. Purchase emergency food imports to soften the blow. I definitely have the money for that. Run the endless progress research again. Well, looks like we're dealing with the flu. Norton. Yeah, it's just Norton. Well, looks like we brought some pesky metanoids that want to breach our walls. Let's see how good the artillery is and if the artillery can actually deal with them before they get to us. Alright, gather up in one neat area, please. Right there. Well... I think this is a job to, deploy the actual military for. Like so. Well, we have a 3% bonus to our melee damage factor, along with empty mines for Western Eom and Ostenbron. Higher prospectors, again. And another failure. Let's see, attack. 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 Attack, and... Attack. Just have everybody attack. And whatever happens, well, happens. Alright, that's a tear the, Metanoids. And that's a 3% bonus to our eating speed. Along with sparse wildlife for, 3 settlements, so I'm just gonna send hunting parties further afield. Hoyt is, pitting out on food. And we've got a mad digging pit to deal with. Well, that takes care of the digging pit. Well, that's another 3% bonus to the Metanoid trading efficiency and a drug trade event. Find the source. Well, Tia decided to go off on a tantrum again for the exact same reason. And she got the all climate controlling that was in Superbass and Ryart's room. Well, that's another 3% bonus to our injury healing factor, along with expanded forestry for Western Eom amalgamation. So the excess timber. We made 312 silver off of that, if you're wondering. Tenny is off on a date. Reason? Observed rotting corpse. Honestly, what's with all the tantrums? I guess it's Evie's turn. Raining things in a room. Alright. Final straw was serious pain. Well, that's a drug trade, event, basically concluded, along with a 3% bonus to our carrying capacity. I said take down the facility. And yeah, I ran out of storage space, for clothing. So I guess I'm gonna be building some more spacer storage. Specifically the spacer container stack. Sauce's turn for a tantrum. The final straw was out of the environment. Well, looks like, we got the uninspected craftsmanship weapons focus event. Smoke launcher. It's named, too. Well, smoke laughter, I should say. Remaining charges 2 out of 2. It's an LMG. Well, that's 162 chocolate. And a 3% bonus to our injury healing factor. I think I've had a good stopping point for this video, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist all over social media if you want to help out the channel and your algorithm for free. And if you want to support the channel financially, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description below where you can do exactly that for as little as $1 a month. There's also the Amazon affiliate route if you want another way of supporting the channel. Yeah, both methods help keep the lights on around these parts, so it's greatly appreciated if you decide to do either one. I guess I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye.